Hi, my name is Drew Ebanks. I'm on the set of TSN 1050 Radio talking hoops with my man Duane Watson and my other dude, Will Strickland. They're on point. Are you?
Your side, my side, who got game? Drive through your D, I'ma use that lane, whether pick up an exhibition. We playin' on position and fade away, swishing play by play. Watching, listening from the pumps to the dunks, the bricks to the swishes, to opposing views. Watson, Strickland, no trash talk, cause we getting it done. Yo, we handle it on the court, baby, one-on-one. One-on-one.
Everybody's back in the house. You got your popcorn, you got your drinks, you went to the bathroom. Halftime is now done, and you're back on One-on-One with Will and Duane here on TSN 1050. I am Will Strickland. He is
Duane Watson.
And we have a very special guest in-house tonight on the show.
And just to ensure there's no third quarter collapse, we brought in a little reinforcements.
Without question, even though we had a little hoops run not too long ago.
Yes, we did.
And, well, we'll introduce him and then I'll talk about that.
Well, on Twitter, you might know him as the Hoops Guru. A friend of the podcast, friend of the show. A lot of respect for the work he's done. Former global news reporter, a key element in Crown Magazine. And also, he was a former VP Communications for the Oshawa Power. But I know, pretty good resume, eh?
Ooh.
Better than mine.
Coming in here strong.
Exactly. But nowadays, his main hustle is on point with Drew Ebanks, with the co-created with Jay Irving. So, in the TSN 1050 studios on One-on-One with Duane, it's Drew Ebanks.
What's up, Drew?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Very good, very good. Pleasure to have you here.
Hey, man, thanks for having me on. It's just been a pleasure to listen to you guys and the way you guys have come from, the podcast now on your own, show. This is just fantastic for basketball in this country, man. I love it.
Well, you're doing your part too, man.
Without question, onward and upward all the time. But to get back to that story.
Yes, sir. So what is On Point? How did it all come about? Give us a story.
I mean, I've been covering the scene, covering the basketball community for a long time, Played with guys like Rowan Barrett, good friend of mine.
Again,
like
I actually played against you guys.
There you go. Remember back in
high school
back in the day.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
Can you guys want to get a room? Like, what?
We have a history too from back in the
jealous.
day. Way back. We know each other from up, north and stuff. But, just figured I wanted to bring something different. For the last few years, I've been looking for a medium to get it out there in the quality that I wanted to get it out there. Mm-hmm. I've done videos before, documented the Canadian basketball sensations that are coming up right now because the sport's growing it so intensely. I'll tell you the honest truth. I mean, I saw a commercial that Canada Basketball put on, and I saw a little segment, and I was like, who did that? I needed to find out who did that. Turns out it was my man Jay right here, Jay Irving, fantastic cinematographer, a documentary filmmaker. That's his background. But, with my basketball acumen and his visuals, we decided, to join forces and to form On Point. So, we've dropped 2 episodes already, and the feedback and the support has been absolutely fantastic. We appreciate what you guys are doing to get us on here and spread the word.
No doubt, man. And I mean, are you guys trying to keep it digital, or are you trying to go network? What exactly is the plan for On Point?
Well, I mean, right now we're trying to just build a buzz. We want to build that fan base first. We started off on Facebook, spreading the word, friends, family, word of mouth, and we'll see where it takes us. We're working on the website right now, building that up. So we're just going to see if the fans can, come out, support us, like our Facebook page. We get hits once the website goes up, then, we'll see, maybe a network like this would like to pick
you never know.
On Point.
And the whole, I guess the underlying premise is more to give a lot of light to what's going on in Canadian basketball, be it north of the 49th parallel or below it, because there are a lot of Canadians playing NCAA basketball, men and women, and also in the professional leagues as well, internationally and domestically.
Well, you make a great point there, Will. I mean, right now, our focus is here, but we're actually planning to make trips. The first episode was with Corey Joseph, of course, with the Spurs. A phenomenal episode there. He's doing tremendously right now.
Yeah, we saw him give you that work on the show, too.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody doesn't understand. We were balling there for about 40 minutes in the hot sun. I'm not a young guy no more, and he gave it to me at the end. He gave some shots like half court. It was just crazy. I was like, Corey, you don't need to do that to me there. But it was fantastic. He's a great kid, very great man. You know, he's a great guy, really down-to-earth kid as well. Second episode, Ryerson Rams, the rise of the Rams. What can I say? Coach Roy Rana, he coaches for Canadian national squad, the cadet squad, gave us full access, and we just put it together. I mean, the visuals, we're kind of bringing a different feel to basketball, a different feel to sports.
The aesthetic is really tight. I mean, visually, like, and you know, we'll say that I'm the cinephile.
That's
of
right.
The two of us, whatever. And you guys got on a quality level is fantastic. It's not just someone going around with a camera and just shooting some stuff and chopping together and an iMovie, whatever. So what's the feedback been like? Because obviously, like I'm saying, it's a superior product.
Well, the feedback's been tremendous. We right now, people, when they saw the last episode, they're asking right now, when's the next one coming out? And we have, just to go back to Will for a quick second, we do plan to get to the States. We hope to hit up Huntington Prep, going down and check Andrew Wiggins down there soon. And also, we have a few other, there's tons of stories. I mean, basketball is growing at such leaps and bounds, and the mainstream doesn't know yet what's happening. We want to touch into issues of communities like the Lithuanian basketball community, the South Asian community right now, the Asian community. There's so many stories to be told. You know, hit up some of the veterans. You know, Will, guys like you mentioned before, Phil Dixon.
Right.
What are guys like this? You know, Sean Gray, coach in Martin Grove, and what are these cats doing right now? So, you know, we hope to definitely do that. We have 2 amazing episodes already shot too.
Actually, okay.
Justin Darlington, who you probably know, Just Fly, one of the best dunkers in the world. When you see this piece, you're going to be like, yep, he's ready.
I got a feeling that you guys are putting together probably the best piece that you'll ever have because you're filming here with us tonight. But, you know, no bias, of course.
Of course not.
No bias.
Not to mention, this is, we're filming here tonight because this is very important. I mean, you guys, this is a groundbreaking show, in my opinion. I've been around the scene in Canada for such a long time, and to see basketball now getting that acceptance in the mainstream, I'm here, man. Whatever you guys need, this is where you want to be right now. And the way you guys are doing it, you're doing it proper. So I'm here, man, to support you guys, and we're glad you're here to support On Point as well.
Man, that check must have gotten there. It cleared and everything.
Listen to this guy. No, but we're doing it on an audio level, but on a visual level, you're definitely bringing it. Obviously, you've had your pulse in the Canadian basketball scene for a while. Are there any cats or any players, that people should be looking out for? Who, obviously Wiggins is the obvious choice. Who are some of the kids in the come up that people should be checking for?
Well, of course, you can go through the whole gamut right now. Guys that are doing work.
Sorry to cut you off. Before, that question was like a 2-answer question. Now it's like you can go through how many people, right?
Yeah, I can just give props to them all. You look on down the line. Anthony Bennett right now is doing so much work at UNLV. First year there, getting the job done. Guys like Negus Webster-Chan, Stefan Yankovic in Missouri. Missouri just lost one of their key players, a senior.
Yeah.
So guess what? They're looking at Negus now. And Coach Haith, Frank Haith there at Missouri is saying, the skills that Negus brings at 6'7", 6'7 3/4 to be able to play point, play the 2, play the 3, just phenomenal.
Well, we saw him in an All-Canada game here not too long ago.
Yeah.
We were really impressed with his skills.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you go on down the line, you got kids like Tyler Ennis, who committed to Syracuse. You got Xavier Rathan-Mayes, who's committed to Florida State, which is, people are thinking maybe that Andrew Wiggins might end up at either, Florida State, North Carolina, Kentucky, who's following him to all his games, or Kansas. So, if he decides to go to Florida State, could you imagine that Xavier Rathan-Mayes and Andrew Wiggins?
Well, they'd be following in the footsteps of their fathers. Rathan-Mayes was a player there at Florida State, and of course Mitchell Wiggins was a player there at Florida State. So it'd be a little legacy thing going on down there, but.
A brief one. You
know what? We didn't really get into that story I was talking about us playing basketball, Drew. We need to get that on film soon because, I like to go on these things called parts unknown tours. And we had a game in a part unknown.
Yes.
And, we did some pickup run, doing our work, knocking down some NBA threes. I didn't know you had game like that. So respect due, man.
Yeah, Drew brought it. I can't even front. Drew brought it. I mean, you guys had the matchup going most of the time, but I was like, okay, he's ready.
No, he was doing a little work.
You know what's funny? I mean, at points in that matchup, I was guarding Will, and
I know.
I love it. I mean,
if that's what you want to call it.
Well, you kind of abused me one time on the baseline there. Have some mercy for the dude.
I do. I mean, you're a little light body for me, but it's cool. You did work, and we appreciate you coming out.
3 NBA threes. All you scouts out there, watch out. I'm coming for you.
Will doesn't give props in the court very often, so you're in good company. So if we're drafting a team, you might get a call.
You know what's funny about that, though? I've played on that court before, and it's like people don't understand. And I've played on the ACC court as well for a finals of one of my leagues.
I've only played on the Staples Center court. But
yeah, there we go. Back to the Staples Center.
Oh, well, hold on.
So you were saying?
I'm sorry, I vomited in my mouth a little bit. My bad.
People don't realize running those courts, it takes a lot out of you. And for what these guys do in the court, you have to give them all props because the court is not small. And that three-point line, it is deep. I mean, my first 2 or 3 weren't even close. I had to gauge it a bit. And I ended up dropping
you must
3.
have been watching me knocking them because I was knocking them from all over the court.
Can I stop this love fest? You guys, we need game footage. Maybe.
Well,
Let me say, you
that'll
did
happen
drop.
soon.
You did drop. The fadeaways are just. I mean, you ain't running much. No, you know what I mean, you ain't playing a lot of
you know what?
defense.
John Wooden said, "Activity doesn't always mark achievement, and all I do is achieve on the court." Drew, where can they find you online, man?
You can find us right now at www.facebook.com/onpointbasketball. Website's coming up. We got that domain on the lock. That's going to be
on Twitter.
Twitter, that's just our own Twitters at Drew Ebanks, and for my co-creator and partner Jay Irving at JI Films. Watch out for onpointbasketball.com. That's coming up pretty soon. So, we'll hopefully get that going, and we'll have that episode, the TSN one-on-one episode, up ASAP.
We appreciate that. Appreciate your time, Mr. Drew Ebanks, Mr. Jay Irving, On Point. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter and the full court press on TSN 1050.